What's up, guys? It's Diggin07 here, back at you with a new video. I'm actually going to do 3 videos for the 3 main bots that I use for my channel. And what these are kind of like overview / review videos. Kind of list the pros and cons, why I use each bot for what. And then as I go through each bot, I could potentially state a reason why I wouldn't need to use it and just reduce the clutter in my channel, in my Twitch channel. But each bot will have its own. There's reasons why I like each bot and the reasons why I haven't removed them. So the first bot that we're going to go through, and these are going to be 3 separate videos, and I'll go ahead and explain each bot in each individual video. But this video is going to be for Phantombot. And let me go ahead and just bring you to my screen here. Awesome. So what Phantombot is, and there's a link in the description below for Phantombot. But if you go to phantombot.tv, they have built a really nice. Not only is it, they built a really nice bot, but not only is it user friendly on the front end after you get it set up, but it's developer friendly. As you can see, there's code in the back end. You can see console, control panel. It's really, really great. I really enjoy this bot. I've been using it for about 2 years. They just released version 3. I don't think they've updated it since. Yeah, so they're still on version 3, which introduced this new control panel layout here. You can see from this screen here that this was the old control panel, and the reason why I really like this bot is it really has everything you need in it to maintain a successful channel and really engage with your audience. And the best part about it is it's free. The one bot that I could probably compare to it off the top of my head would be like Ankbot. And I haven't used Ankbot. I've heard a lot about it. But Ankbot requires you to run it on your computer. I don't have that great of a PC for gaming, so trying to game stream and have a bot running at the same time, pretty taxing on my CPU. So I opted for a bot that I could install on like a server or something, and I have a video on how to install Phantombot on Google Cloud Platform and have Google Cloud Platform host it for free. The link for that is in the description below as well. Highly encourage you to check it out. There's a lot of great benefits to that. Like the main one for me, like I said, is the bot's always on, and I don't have to worry about it using up any of my system resources. So let's get into the bot. So whenever you first get your bot set up and everything, you have this particular window that you're brought to, and you have 3 options. You can go to your control panel, you can go to the YouTube player, or you could launch the YouTube player playlist. And you'll notice that there's a couple lock buttons here. That means that these are behind a password, a login protect. So I've already logged in, but usually you'll see a little login up here. And when you first come to this dashboard, you're going to see, whether you're offline or online, your uptime, how many views that your channel had, how many followers you have, how many viewers you currently have if you're live. These are pretty basic stats pulled from the Twitch API. You're going to get recent events, so if you got rated, or if you have follows, or if you have cheers or subscriptions, anything like that, you're going to be able to see those recent events and kind of scroll through it. You'll be able to even change your stream information from your stream title to whatever game you're playing. And something that they just added, I believe they just added in this version, is as you're typing a game, let me just as you're typing a game, it'll populate the game list based on what you're typing from Twitch. and then it gives you little warning things here if you're missing something. You can also do easy things such as I'm going to give a shout out to Nerds Half-Life here. Or actually, let me give a shout out to somebody that's online, and that's going to be, bear with me one second, Game King J. So let's go Game King J. Right. And from here, we can do certain things. We can host him. We can raid him. We can do a shout out. So I'm going to click shout out. And if you'll notice in my little chat window that's over here, it'll say, hey, go give Game King J a follow. And then it gives him his Twitch URL and lets people know what they're playing. So if he's if you're giving a shout out to somebody that plays in the same genre or even just plays the same game as you, that's their main game. It's a great way to do a really good shout out. And then there's other commands that you can run, like for instance, I have a lurk command that people come in and can just do lurk, and it has a nice little message saying, basically username is creeping in the shadows, lurking, hiding, but we won't judge. So there's a lot that you can do from this particular part of the dashboard. And as you can see on the left hand side, there is so much more within the navigation. You can set up custom commands. So I have custom commands that if you type in one of these commands, it responds with one of these, has one of these responses that goes with it. You can set up aliases. So in the previous version of Phantombot, they played their audio hooks through the control panel. It's not like that anymore. I will make a separate video on how to set up audio hooks, so that you can take advantage of these, nice little like soundboard pretty much. And you set up aliases for that, and then I had it so that it would play a particular audio hook. And then they have this giant list, literally 361 different default commands. Some of the ones that I like are like the death counter, disconnect, reconnect. You can do gambling. You can there's a lot. A host, greeting enabled. I don't even know what good does. Let's see what good does, just because I'm curious. All right, it's gonna say an embedded page. So this is basically an iframe. Okay, so it's telling me that I need to say audio hook play and then whatever the audio hook is. So that's an audio hook command. So that that's good. You can set up all your moderations, your filters, filter links, filter caps, symbols, the me filter. I don't have any of these turned on right now. I think it takes away from the chat, if you will. You have people that you can whitelist. You have people that you can blacklist. Different permissions. You can set permissions per user. The different timers, like saying, hey, you want to give a shout out to a friend or something like that helped get you started. You can do different things with this. Alerts, so you can turn on all the alerts in chat. There's different loyalty. So mine are shurikens. So you can set up your own currency, and people can use this currency to do things within your channel, such as request a video, or not a video, but request a song from the YouTube player. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. Loyalty stuff. You can see your leaderboards, who has the most currency, who spent the most time on your site. There's a lot of people. You can set up different ranking things. So like for 1 hour you're a shadow, for 6 hours you're a pleep, 12 hours you're a student, 18 hours you're a sensei, 24 hours you're a master, 48 hours you're a grandmaster. Just depending on how much time you spend like in the channel. This is just my setup. There's different quotes. So like I play a lot of PUBG, and a quote that I really like is "I'm calling bullshit on that 1-800 bullshit." So that's that, and then you can basically use that as a command. You type in !quote 0 because it goes by the ID of the quote, !0, and it basically puts that quote out there. There's different keywords. So for me, like if somebody says hello, I want to be able to have an auto response that says, hey, welcome to the stream. How's your day going? Just so they feel like they are being engaged, and they are, and it gives a direct response, and gives you a minute or two to be able to view their response and then actively engage them from there. There's different games on here. There's a slot machine. There's a kill game, a gambling game, a Russian roulette. There's adventure game, dice roll game. There we go. Let me get that out there. And a Magic 8-Ball game. So there's like little games that your viewers can play. You can manage your giveaways through a raffle system, or a ticket raffle, or an auction. And then there's, these are something that people can use that currency that you've set up. So if you're giving away a game or something, you can actively do it. You can connect to Discord and have, different commands for Discord. You can look at your, your history of tips, your history of hosts, your history of raids. You can you can set up a multi-stream here very, very easily. Your death counter, highlights, you can mark highlights. There's different, you can do like betting, like, oh, who's gonna win this. So like if I open it, which team is gonna win, and you can bet if you're doing like a commentating type stream, it's really good with that. Polls. If you have a bunch of people wanting to play games with you, then you can set up a queue, and as people drop off, you can fill in those blanks. A lot of people do those with subs only. Here's the audio hooks. So like I said, audio hooks are a little different now. You have to actually set up a browser source, and it'll play those those audio hooks through a browser source versus through your actual computer audio. Song requests. Again, this opens up the YouTube player. Now, what I can tell you is that YouTube has changed the way they do a lot of the way their API stuff works. So, like, if I was to play this, it's going through all of these songs because there's, there's different little copyright things that people have enabled now. Big labels have enabled. So sometimes the songs will work, sometimes they won't. It's a crapshoot, really. I personally don't like using it. I'd rather just, not have music in my stream because I don't want to have stuff muted. Settings. So basically this is just saying, hey, do you want to log events, log your chat? That way, if and logging chat is very beneficial, because if you have a toxic person or somebody that's doing stuff in your chat that should not be doing stuff in your chat, you have proof that you can send to Twitch and, either get the person banned or, whatever it is. So it's basically just like a record. The different commands: enable cost messages. If a message should be said in a chat when a user tries to have a command that they don't have points for. So basically, if you've set commands that require amount of points, your own personal currency, if you will, there's a message that pops up. Permissions, cooldown messages. So, I mean, it's very, very... These are all the modules that are in the bot. This is Twitch specific, and they have Discord specific. So the Discord stuff is very, very similar to what you can do in Twitch, in the Twitch chat. Just put it that way. So that, in a nutshell, is Phantombot. Now, the reason why I like Phantombot, the Phantombot technically can handle all of my needs. I take that back. Phantombot can handle 90% to 95% of what I need it to handle. This thing does have a light mode and a dark mode. I am not a fan of the light mode because that, white is just harsh on my eyes. So everything I do is in dark mode. Put it that way. You can show your chat, show your player, change the order of the way your events are. I like them newest to oldest. And then there's a section here that apparently you can't open. There's notifications. You can hide this side menu. So, like I said, this handles about 90 to 95% of what I need for a chat bot. What are the cons about this bot? This bot can be a little bit more difficult to set up, especially if you watch the video that I've posted in the setup video for Google Cloud Platform, and then how to update it as well. I'll post that video in the description below as well. It can be a little difficult to set up in the beginning, but once you have it set up, it's smooth sailing. It's actually really easy to update. It just requires a little bit more work than some other web browser based bots that are the configuration is you just sign into Twitch, really. So with that, I will end this video on that. Like I said, that is the only con for me. I love this bot. I'm a huge proponent. I'm in their Discord channel. Being a developer, this bot has a special place in my heart because it is open source. They do allow you to play with it. They do allow you to modify the code, to change it, to make it do whatever you want it to do. There's a lot more freedom for me as a developer with this bot. And I'll go out and say that this bot might not be for everybody because of the quasi difficulty that it is. I've tried to make a really, really detailed setup video for this, especially on Google Cloud Platform. So there's no reason that anybody can't install it, use it, and use it in their channel. But with that, like I said, with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video saying, shout out to Illusionary One. There's He Codes Too Much. Scania TV, these guys are devs of this bot, and they've done a really good job. They've really cleaned up the dashboard. It functions really, really well. I haven't really had any problems with this bot. And like I said, updating the bot and adding new things to it is really easy. They have a really great documentation. Their Discord channel, they're really helpful within their Discord channel if you ever have any questions. So, like I said, huge shout out to the Phantombot crew. I love this thing. So, if you have any questions about the bot, or anything about Phantombot, be sure to leave a comment below. If this video helped you in any way, or if anything on my channel helps you in any way, donations are greatly appreciated. I love creating content, and donations help me create content and help me get new equipment to create better content. And really appreciate everything that you guys do. So with that being said, we shall check out the next video, which will be on WiseBot. That'll be the next video that I put out for this. So till next time, I will see you later.